This is the Jethro Centre in Lurgan, in the Diocese of Down and Dromore, a Church of Ireland dream come true. It's unique and in many ways an unusual parish centre whose mission is to provide care for the entire community, from the young right up to the most senior citizen. Now in operation for 2 years, it has become a meeting place for the people of the whole area.
What has happened here, what has emerged in Jethro, is a place which not only is serving the whole community in this particular part of Lurgan, but it's also a neutral space for both communities in Lurgan. We talk sometimes about all communities, but essentially Lurgan has been a place of 2 communities, though there are more now, and has been perhaps the most divided town in the whole of Northern Ireland. Now, though this building is in the Protestant end of Lurgan, I think we know from the people who come in and out of the doors that it really is a neutral place. And that, coming to that point, has also been, for all of us in Northern Ireland, but not least for this parish, quite a costly enterprise. Because it has meant laying down things which we thought were terribly, terribly important in our culture, and saying that although those still matter, they're kind of secondary, the most important thing is to be open to everybody who wishes to share with us and be involved with us.
So how precisely did Jethro come about?
I think as a leadership, the leadership recognised that church had to change and the way of doing church had to change. So there was a very conscious decision to engage with the local community. Well, certainly Lurgan has always been a very divided town and is still a divided town, but Lurgan certainly knew some of the worst atrocities in the Troubles. Really what happened in Lurgan, Lurgan's heart was bombed out of it.
We had on site here what was known as the Brownlow Hall, and the Brownlow Hall was used for various predominantly church functions, but also it was used for some of the activities that the Caring Association was doing in those days, in particular PALMS. And supposedly it was used for youth work, but was very restrictive. And also it was used for church services. It was actually known affectionately as St Andrew's Church. But yes, you're quite right, that building was razed to the ground.
The government departments that funded us was the Office of the First and Deputy First Minister, International Fund for Ireland, Department of Social Development, Department of Education.
As well as that, we received support from Craigavon Borough Council, the Diocese of Down and Dromore and the Church of Ireland Priorities Fund, which brought the total of funding to just over £2 million.
What has now emerged is what must be Northern Ireland's most integrated parish centre, with a full-time staff and dozens of volunteers.
Well, it's just a wee activity goes on here and every Friday morning, and we play badminton on a Wednesday, so it keeps us fit.
I come over from Portadown to play because we don't have this facility in Portadown, unfortunately.
But how do people express their faith in the midst of so much community activity?
They perhaps prefer to come to experience their worship in what is apparently a more non-religious environment. Jesus himself, of course, worked in non-religious environments for most of his ministry. He went to the temple, but most of his life was out there. And I think it is quite important for the church to learn to convey faith and to talk about issues of faith in the marketplace rather than just in churchy kinds of places.
The Jethro Centre also serves the senior citizens.
We sometimes play dominoes, but it's getting too rough, the dominoes. Too many fights.
That's Nora Batty sitting there. And she tries to make him out as Campo. And she's given, I'm supposed to be Wesley, the motor mechanic. And they don't let her back into Sandy Row again because she caused that much of a ruction before she left.
But I enjoy every minute of it.
Do you?
Yeah.
And would you miss it if it wasn't here?
Yes, I would miss it a lot, yeah. I don't miss the men, but I miss the women.
See those girls who have organised this place, they deserve a gold medal.
Yes. Good for you.
They're absolutely tremendous make us all feel at home, comfortable, good food, good companionship.
This is an example of a parish taking a long, hard look at itself and its ministry, looking out there into the town that it serves and asking itself, what's our part in the mission of God in this place? And having caught a vision of where they need to go, then having the courage and the tenacity to pursue it until the dream becomes a reality. It's that movement from vision to venture, which is so exciting. And the service that this place now provides to the whole community is a model of what could be done elsewhere.
And nothing could be more real than the mothers and toddlers who come here each week for companionship.
The children like it. It's very children's. Walking, painter, it's okay.
I think in terms of stimulation, socialisation for them to meet other children and just to learn how to mix and share and play with other children, I think it's very important for their development.
It's very good for moms and for children as well. We can share all the problems about children, about everything.
It's very good for me to come and meet with other new mums, because just to seek their advice and talk to them, and so I find it very rewarding.
This is certainly a community venue open for the entire and for the use of the entire community. We would see approximately 10,000 people per month use this facility.
And that means that as far as income is concerned, the Jethro Centre is totally self-sustaining.
Now, I've never served here in this parish, I've never actually served in this diocese, but I really do recognise a good thing when I see it, and this is certainly a good thing.
My vision for this centre is that it's not a community centre, but the centre of the community.